Hey guys, how you doing? This is Pete from The Racer, and you're watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Why don't you go hit that bell real quick and check out all their content. Just want to say thank you to them for having us. We really appreciate it. They reached out to us and asked if we'd like to answer some questions for you guys. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm looking over here because I have all the questions in big font because I'm going blind. So question one, let's get right into it. Where do we meet? We've actually been friends for a really long time. Me, Mike, and Eric have known each other probably since third or fourth grade. And, we grew up together. We played sports together, traveled together, went to high school together. And then when we went to college, we kind of went our separate ways. But we talked to each other online. We would talk through Instant Messenger. I'm dating myself now. And, we were kind of talking about what's going on with each other and how everyone was doing. And the one thing we all kept talking about was kind of how bored we were, right? How, we just weren't sure what the next step would be. We went from kind of being together all the time and, like I said, playing on teams and stuff together and having all these different adventures to, just sort of going to school and doing our thing. So we were talking to each other, and actually me and Mike and I were discussing, kind of what to do next and, when we were going to see each other next, that kind of thing. And we were watching a band play on MTV. And out of the blue, I don't know which one of us said it, but we're like, why don't we start a band? Why don't we start a band when we get back, in the summer and see each other again? It was kind of like, almost like a joke, but I remember just watching this band and we kind of discussed just how fun that would be to do that together. Now, at the time, we had absolutely zero musical experience whatsoever. We love music and we're music fans, but none of us knew how to play any instruments. I don't think any of us sang in chorus or anything. I mean, really, like I said, we were just sort of, typical students who, played sports and that kind of stuff together. So that Christmas, we said everybody get a guitar and we would, learn. And then in the summer, we'll start playing as a band. Like literally just like that. We decided to be in a band before we can play anything. Everybody got a guitar. It was me, Mike, and another friend of ours who got a guitar. And Eric found out about it and said that he's going to actually pick up bass. I was the only one who didn't learn guitar, and that automatically qualified me to be the singer, I guess, because what else was I going to do? Because I wasn't going to go home. So that's kind of how it started, to be honest with you. It just started on almost like a joke, but I think subconsciously we were trying to find a reason to still hang out, right? It's so easy to kind of go your separate ways in life, and, as much as you'd like to stay friends with people, it's hard to find a reason to get together sometimes, and this would always be a reason for us to get together. And we're still to this day, getting together 2-3 times a week at the very minimum, and seeing each other and going on these adventures together. All right, question 2: who influenced us to start playing music in general? Man, the influences in the band are really wide ranging. As far as to start. Like I said, I don't think it was a particular artist or a particular band or even genre of music. I think it was more just the idea of kind of being in, a band in a gang together, if you will. Just to be there with each other, for each other. As far as the music, like I said, wide range of influences. I don't think actually, I could be wrong, but I don't think Mike and Eric really listened to kind of rock music until later in high school. I remember them being really big into hip hop, and I was too as a kid. I don't think I really listened to actual rock music until maybe like 7th, 8th grade, that kind of thing. And then from there, there's literally thousands of artists that have influenced us. So it's tough to say like the major one that would start us to play, get us to start being in a band. But I think at the start, some of our big influences were bands like Buy Morning Jacket, Jimmy Eat World, Chili Peppers, Pearl Jam, The Strokes. Just a ton of bands, to be honest with you, and just artists in general. But yeah, it's tough to say like the artists that really kicked it all off for us. But there are a couple artists that we obviously really agree on, and there's artists that we listen to on our own time and don't tell the other people about. All right, question 3. When you go on tour, what do you have to have with you? I think, oddly enough, I need a pair of running shoes. And that might sound weird, but I know when we go to a city or a town and we're gonna stay there and then maybe stay there for a couple days, I like to just run during the day before for a gig. It helps my anxiety for the gig, and also kind of gets my energy out, and I kind of spell myself before we go on and play. But also I like just running around the city or town that we're in, kind of getting the feeling of it, the vibe of the city, the vibe of the town. Run by the venue, peek in, see how it is. But yeah, I always love doing that. So probably a good pair of running sneakers. If I wasn't playing music, what would I want to do? I think, I don't know. I've always been like super interested in history. So maybe something where I don't know, I watch all those crazy shows on like History Channel and Discovery and stuff where these guys go check out, Mayan ruins and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, who knows, but I definitely, I love culture and history and, different parts of the world that I've never seen or just find out about or really want to dive into and find out. So I think it plays hand in hand with being a musician and wanting to travel and see the world. But maybe like really get into the history of these different places. Favorite venue to play and why? I know as a band, we always talk about how much we love playing the Mercury Lounge in New York City. I don't know. I just think the first time we played there, a couple of our favorite artists that we have loved growing up, we knew kind of got their start there or kind of went through the ranks there. Bands like The National and The Strokes and all those kind of like 2000 to 2005-ish New York bands, Yeahs, all that kind of stuff. So it felt like, okay, we're in this place, like we're actually doing things the right way. We're on the right path, right? And then just when we got in there and played, just the sound is amazing. And we're not like too crazy about sound. We try to obviously put on the best show we can, but we're not like snobs and screaming at the sound guy the whole venue, whole night. But they always do a great job, especially right now. We don't have a drummer right now. We're kind of doing things with drum loops, and we're triggering samples and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of noise coming out that isn't necessarily being played live in the room. Like I said, we're kind of playing with the instruments. So a good sound system is like super key, and a good sound guy is huge. So they always do a great job there. So I got to say that's probably my favorite venue, and I think the other guys would agree. First concert I ever went to and CD I bought when I was younger. First concert I ever went to, I actually went to see U2 at Giant Stadium in 1997. I think I must have been 15 years old, and it was mind-blowing. There was like a 200-foot television, lights like all over the place, like you wouldn't believe, 80,000 people, and I kind of ruined my concert expectations for a while, because I just thought every concert was like that you would just show up and all this gear and stuff would be there and all these people. And then years later, I started going to smaller venues and stuff, and got a taste for that kind of style of a concert too. But that was incredible. I do remember seeing it and literally being like, I really want to be playing music. Again, didn't start for a couple years, but just the energy was phenomenal. First CD I bought, I have like very vague memories of. I'm pretty sure I bought. Oh my God, what was it? Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Hooray, like the single. Like you could buy the single, and I don't think it was a CD. I think it was a tape. Again, dating myself. I'm pretty sure that was the thing I bought, and I remember my mom taking me to the store to buy it with my, chores money or whatever it was, and it was like whatever, $1, $2, whatever it was, and then listening to it in the car ride home, and I can't remember if there was like a lot of curse words or not or whatever. But yeah, I definitely remember buying that tape. Yeah, for sure. All right, which bands would I like? Which bands would you like to perform with, and in which venue would you like to play out with them? Oh man, there's so many bands. Man, I mean, I'll just name a few off the top of my head. I would love to play the Garden. I mean, I've seen a ton of concerts there, and I just think it's such an amazing setting. Red Rocks. I watched Phoebe Bridgers play at Red Rocks a couple weeks ago on YouTube. They did like a really amazing quarantine session there, and it was incredible. I've seen a million concerts there, you know, as far as like online and stuff, and they always look amazing. As far as like the bands, I mean, the couple of bands that I know like as a group that we all like are, you know, love and aspire to, or, you know, bands like The National, Radiohead, Bon Iver. I don't know. I mean, there's a million artists that I would love to share a stage with, or just play a show with. You know, and sometimes it doesn't have to be bands that, you know, we try to sound like necessarily, but maybe bands that are just artists that we just think are incredible in their own right. And, you know, maybe it's a totally different style, you know, like a really amazing, I don't know, like play with some super heavy band, like play with Rage somewhere or something. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's, again, a million bands. I can sit here all night and do that, and I won't, so I won't keep you. But yeah, I think those venues, I think those two venues, I always think about venues that I would love to play, and it's the Garden and Red Rocks. But honestly, right now, with 2020, I would love to play anywhere with anyone at this point. You know, I'm down here in my little basement where I do a lot of recording and songwriting and that kind of stuff. And, you know, just being down here has been very helpful, you know, just writing music and all that kind of stuff. But I'm dying to play in front of people and kind of get that energy that, you know, you can't get in front of a screen necessarily, right? So anyway, but yeah, so I think I answered all the questions. Yeah, I mean, as far as what's coming up next, you know, we're not really sure with gigs right now. We've looked at a couple different places to play, you know, kind of socially distanced gigs. Still kind of working out the details to see how that would work. We have a ton of music that we've recorded over the last couple months being in quarantine here. Mike lives right up the road, and Eric is up here all the time, like I said. So we have tons of material that we can't wait to release. We're working on an album right now. We actually have an EP that we are finishing up and finishing the mixing and the mastering. We found a couple of B-sides that we found from about 4 or 5 years ago. Like I said, we just have tons of stuff that we're ready to put out. Right now, our newest album, Bang Bang Bang, is out. We released it in May, I believe. And yeah, it's got some of the newer material with the new setup. Like I said, there's 3 of us now. And we're doing, like I said, a little bit like more drum loops and a little more electronic stuff, just because it suits our live setting, and that's the kind of music that we are into right now. So you can check that out. And then we have, 5 or 6 other albums online that you can certainly check out. Tons of videos on YouTube. You know, and you can find us on all the social media, you know, Instagram, Facebook, basically everything. But yeah, so listen, I just want to say thank you guys. Thanks for having us and listening. And like I said, I can't wait to get out and play. So hopefully, if we do, we'd love to see you at our show. And, you know, we're concert junkies ourselves. So, you know, we just can't wait to see other people play and just get out there again. So thanks again, guys. Be safe, be well. And like I said, hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye.